hard to explain to you sitting at home, but there's something about Thursday night audiences that make you go all gooey on the inside. Thank you very much. Good evening and welcome. Well, I've got to tell you a story. When I got home last night, there was a message on the machine. Now, it sounded like it had come from a distant place. The voice sounded a little familiar, but muffled. And the message said, "OK, Emdur, you've had your fun. Now shove your squid up your..." And it cut off. But I'm not going to buckle under that sort of wimpy pressure to tell you the truth. You see, Australia, we were made a promise, and videotape does not lie.
Trust that you haven't mentioned the squid incident from last night. But I haven't got a clue what you're saying, but if indeed you did mention the squid thing, I'll think about it during the course of tonight's show. I'm dwelling on the squid situation. I'll talk to you later, mate.
Now, he thinks he's getting out of this, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, he's not. We have employed this fella. Take a look at this. This is Stavros the squid. And we are going to fax this to Steve in the next commercial break. He's going to get it, and he has to eat it.
I've got the squid here, mate. There is the squid, as discussed. Unfortunately, however, we're just about out of time, mate. Larry, tomorrow night, the squid, I promise. Thanks, mate. See you tomorrow night.
Let's talk about honour. Let's talk about integrity. Let's talk about Steve Vizard. Hi, Steve.
You know, Larry, there's something about Thursday night audiences that make me go all giddy.
Oh, mate. Steve, who writes your stuff?
Yeah, mate, the squid thing, I'd just like to, by way of explanation, say that today is the day on which I'll be eating the squid. I promised you I would, and it's going to be done before the show.
Steve, Barcelona rules, and what we all want to know is, do the words "I prometido de comer calamares" mean anything to you?
No. But then again, neither does anything Spanish.
No, right.
I asked for the bill at a restaurant last night, and the guy went away for 20 minutes, and I kid you not, he came back with 3 bananas.
Which you paid for. Now, Steve, I've got to tell you, we want to show you a little something here. You remember Stavros from last night, ladies and gentlemen. We've done him here in a nice white wine sauce. And, Steve, I've got to tell you, we've handed round Stavros today. And it tastes nice, Steve. A little bit like paper mache, but squid actually does taste nice.
Thanks, mate. We'll get stuck into the squid a little later. From this end, it is a fantastic day in Barcelona. Only a day and a bit to go to the opening of the Olympics, and it's all a buzz over here. Tonight on the show from this end, Larry, we've got Marv Albert. He's the voice of American basketball. He's the official NBA basketball commentator, and he's commentating for NBC on the basketball at this end, covering the Dream Team, the US basketball team. We've also got dual Canadian gold medalist. She's a delightful person, Carolyn Waldo, joining us. So that's something to look forward to, mate.
Sounds good.
Okay, mate, I'll talk to you a bit later.
Okay, Steve, let's kick it off from this end right now. And here's a lady with her fingers firmly on the pulse of everything newsy in the world. Naomi Robson. Hi, Naomi.
Thank you. Good evening. A federal election in just 8 weeks. That was the speculation around Canberra today in the wake of the Prime Minister's successful job summit.
Praise of the Youth Summit ringing in his ears. The Prime Minister was in Melbourne today at the home of the Ford Falcon, among friends on the shop floor.
Keep up the good work.
In Perth, the opposition leader was chasing the seniors' vote, saying the Prime Minister had politicised the jobless summit, claiming it's part of an election agenda.
I believe we're down to the wire in terms of a federal election. I have absolutely no doubt that Paul Keating's going to go within about 8 weeks.
Labor is behind in the polls and needs to give its job strategy time to work, and more evidence the economy is recovering. The Electoral Commission says a combined House of Representatives and half-Senate election must be held by May next year. The last date for a separate House of Representatives election as late as July 1993.
There are fears Muslim sympathisers have sneaked 2 Melbourne children into Indonesia. The Gillespie children have not been seen since their father, a Malaysian prince, was granted an access visit earlier this month.
In a rare royal interview, the prince's mother told Malaysian television Raja Kamarul Bahrin made the decision to take the children when he heard they were to be christened.
Dia dah Kristian, dia kata nak Kristiankan budak-budak ni.
Foreign Minister Gareth Evans has suggested the government may try to extradite the prince for breaking Australian law. But Jacqueline and Ian Gillespie say more should be done to find the children, now missing for 2 weeks. They want the prince arrested for child stealing and are hoping the Human Rights Commission will step in and pressure the government to act under a United Nations agreement.
Police have warned of a new designer drug which has hit the streets of Sydney. The drug can cause shocking side effects and death.
It's called oxblood because of its distinctive colour. Liquid amphetamine is mixed with iodine. Police believe it's on the streets of Sydney after seizing a batch during a raid at Manly.
It can only be used, or generally used, by injection, whereas amphetamine normally is used either orally or snorted.
It's thought the drug is produced in illegal backyard laboratories and sells for $100 a vial. But police say it can cause shocking side effects to the nervous system and the brain.
It's been described as the greatest breakthrough in cycling in a century. The new superbike can save seconds in a race, and the Brits are confident it will carry them to gold.
The Americans stunned the cycling world in '84 with their amazing disc wheels. Now the British are about to turn the sport upside down.
Worth up to 12 seconds over a 4.5-minute event. And I think when you equate the event as 4.5 minutes, 12 seconds is one hell of a slice of it.
Chris Boardman will pilot the bike in the individual pursuit. Lotus, the same people who make Formula One racing cars, have spent thousands of pounds and more than 2 years wind tunnel testing the space-age flyer. It's made of carbon fibre, weighs just 8.5 kilos and aerodynamically is just about perfect.
A major garlic smuggling operation has been crushed in the Philippines with the arrest of 9 Indonesian nationals.
The Indonesians were caught red-handed as they unloaded 100 tonnes of garlic from a cargo vessel at a small seaside port south of Manila. The police and Coast Guard worked together to sniff out the smugglers, who were described as seasoned operators. They say they planned to sell the garlic on the Indonesian market after the heat was off. The offenders were detained at the local police station, but officers were reluctant to interview them, and they were later flown to the Immigration Bureau in Manila.
And that is all our news. And Larry, tell me, how did you come to name the squid Stavros, is it?
Stavros, we just thought it was a fitting name. It was a toss-up between Cyril, Cecil and Stavros, and we came up with that. What are your thoughts on squid, Naomi? You'd be
Well, I don't know. I thought last night's performance was quite an interesting one, actually.
Yeah, still suffering today. Maybe a bit of that garlic wouldn't go astray. Naomi, Robson, ladies and gentlemen, doing it in fine style. Thanks for that. It's been a fabulous week out of Barcelona, and believe it or not, he's dug up some more stuff for us right now. Let's go back there, live and exclusive on 7. Hi, Steve-O.
Thanks, Larry. Our first guest tonight is one of the top sports commentators in the world. He's NBC's basketball commentator, amongst other things. He's also part of the goofy David Letterman team, I think it's fair to say. He's joining us live from Barcelona, where he's going to be commentating on the Olympics. Marv Albert.
Might capture, no, Dave would appreciate it.
Yeah, I think goofy's a fun word. Wacky is always another word. Now, we know you in Australia, and people around the world know you from your basketball commentary, from your famous Yes. Could you just give us a brief run at the Yes, just to indicate how that in fact goes?
When I grew up in Brooklyn, New York, a friend of mine, when we were playing basketball in the schoolyards, would always do the commentary, do the play-by-play when we were kids, and he would mimic a referee who, at the time, was very well known in the United States, and would always go, yes, and it counts when a basket would be scored. And then I started to incorporate that until the play-by-play when I began doing the New York Knicks basketball games, and I saw that fans would kind of repeat it back to me. It caught on. It just, one of those fortunate things. It just happened to go in basketball terminology. So
you get a lot of people coming up to you in the street and saying, yes.
Yeah, that happens quite a bit. Actually, I find that I will usually give them a rating as to how effective the yes is. The strangest yeses I receive are usually in airports, usually in men's rooms. They'll come up to me right in the toilet area and go into some kind of impersonation and give a yes, and I'll say that's a strong 6 or 5. That's usually the best. The guy who does the best yes is the actor Billy Crystal. who also is a New York product, and I find that he really has mastered it.
Wasn't there an official Marv Albert yes competition run somewhere?
Yeah, talk about goofy. Madison Square Garden in New York did run a yes contest, and they had people from all over the country trying to do imitations, and they selected. It was very sad to have to listen to all these tapes.
Frightening, actually. What did your wife make of all of these various Marv Albert impersonators?
She was on the panel. She was one of the judges, and it was tough to have to listen to this all the time. My color commentator also. In fact, he said he had a cat that would screech every time they played the tape, and it was tough to handle after a while.
Now, being in the Olympic City here, the US basketball team about to arrive. You're a basketball aficionado. Tell us about the dream team, the US basketball team.
Well, I just came back from Monte Carlo, which was very tough duty, Steve, to follow the dream team, and they are being treated as if they're rock stars. I think when they come here to Barcelona, they'll be arriving sometime tomorrow night. They don't realize, I don't think they're going to be able to go anywhere. Even the other athletes, it seems every time they see a member of the U.S. basketball team, it's a photo opportunity that they want to take pictures. The strangest thing is, in doing the games, they played in the Tournament of America in Portland, which was kind of a warm-up to the Olympics. The first thing that the opposition team would do is pose in a team photo before the game.
Just to be with them.
Yeah, it's kind of a strange thing. You know, it's almost like, yes, we have this great respect for you. We know you're going to beat us by 30, 40 points, but would you take a photo with us?
It's frightening, isn't it? With people like Jordan and Bird and Johnson. Can they be beaten? Is there any conceivable way that we can beat them? Anybody can beat them?
It will take not showing up on time. I think maybe Jordan and Bird will get involved in a golf game that'll keep them late. I think it'll be very, very difficult. It would be one of the great upsets of all time. But, you know, even people in the United States have asked the question, do we really need these guys? Why? You know, what's the purpose of all these drubbings and the blowouts? But I believe had the college players be sent, they would have had a very difficult time and might have lost. I mean, that's the other point of view. I think that there are some strong teams from Croatia and Lithuania that might have beaten the U.S. had it been the college teams. Australia's not. You know,
do you know anything about the Australian team?
Well, I saw Luke Longley play for the Minnesota Timberwolves in the NBA, and Andrew Gaze played at Seton Hall. I think he's a terrific player, and if he wanted to, I think he'd play in the NBA. They're a pretty good club.
Am I right or wrong in imagining that you have a basketball court at your house?
Oh yeah. Well, and also I'm very much into games. We have a game that's called Papa Shot. Which is, I guess, in lounges and bars all over the United States, and I think internationally too. But I'm very big still on. I can't hit my jump shot anymore. But
I heard that you had a miniature ring so that you could slam dunk the ball.
Oh yeah, it's for my confidence.
Pretty pathetic, really, Marv, isn't it?
It's
the extent to which people will go in order to do a slam dunk.
To get your thrills, yeah. Oh, it definitely is.
You've commentated on some fantastic events. What's the one that sticks in your mind?
I would say the boxing in the Olympics in Seoul in '88, which was a bizarre occurrence where we had all kinds of crazy things happening. Yeah. I did the Sugar Ray Leonard, Thomas Hearns championship fight, which was very exciting, and also the NBA Finals this year between the Chicago Bulls and the Portland Trail Blazers was, very dramatic for me to do on NBC. But I think the Olympics in '88 will be something that will always stand out because it was such a weird occurrence. There was one Korean fighter who had lost and refused to leave the ring. And
that's right. There was a brawl in the ring, wasn't there?
The famed Byung-Jung-il. Coincidentally, Steve was living in my house there in Long Island.
And should be a terrific experience getting back home again.
Yes.
The goof tape thing, you started that. The whole notion of goof tapes the sport.
The wild and the wacky plays, as we like to refer to it. A lot of sports announcers do it very effectively these days, but David Letterman had asked me to, I don't know, do you get Letterman in Australia?
No, we don't.
but this is a very popular show, a late-night show in the United States, and he had asked me to come on with the so-called blooper goofy plays, and it seemed to go over. The crowd really reacted to it well.
What's some of the worst goofs you've seen? Some of the best plays, wild and wacky plays.
Well, in baseball, we've seen outfielders run into fences and, knock themselves unconscious. I've seen, some of the home video stuff is very good. It's funny how people will laugh at, someone taking a shot in the groin. That usually gets the biggest laugh. I think as long as someone isn't seriously hurt, they seem to laugh at that. So, someone taking a shot usually.
Always good for a cheap laugh.
Oh, yeah, cheap as well.
Well, Marv, we've got to say goodbye, but after the break, Marv's going to take a cheap shot in the groin for a very cheap laugh. Marv, thanks for joining us, and have a great Olympics. It's been terrific.
Thank you very much.
We're going to take a break. Back with more after this.
John Seaman here. I'm swimming the 100 butterfly, my 3rd Olympics, and I'm really looking forward to swimming fast. 3rd Olympics. Johnny's old.
One of Australia's fastest fish, John O'Seaman, will be doing the best he can in Barcelona. Okay, our special comedy act tonight is one of Australia's most sought-after funny girls. She's just back from a very successful tour of Queensland. Please welcome Tracy Bartram.
Oh, thanks. Look, I've just become a single woman again. And thanks for your support. And what I've been doing is I've been going to the movies a lot, as you do, with your girlfriends. And isn't it weird when you're at the movies? Because it doesn't matter what time of the day you go, you can eat anything. I go into aerobic eating, and it's like lunchtime, popcorn. It just doesn't matter. I can eat anything, anytime. It's just fantastic. But I get a bit stressed at the movies, especially if it's a bit violent. Has anybody seen A Kiss Before Dying? No? Let me ruin it for you. But it's about these people getting married, and this guy pushes the woman off the building. It's a bit intense. But get it on video. It's a beautiful thing. But what happens is I get into popcorn. It's like, can you hear those earrings? And the worst thing is that at the end of the movie, you've got all this emotion trapped in your body, and so you have to go to the toilet, don't you? Like just to release the emotion type of thing. So you go to the toilet. Now there's always 4 toilets, and there's 300 women, and you're standing in the queue. And nobody ever talks to each other. And there's sort of a snaky sort of line. And what happened to me after this particular movie was that I was really stressed and I just felt I had to share it with somebody. So what I did was I was just sort of standing there and I thought, I've got to talk to someone. And I sort of turned to the woman next to me and I went, excuse me, look, what's happening is I'm just feeling like I'm really stressed at the moment. I just feel like I'm just going to share what's happening. I feel like I'm going to go, ah! And I feel much better now, thank you. And nothing happened in the line. Everybody just stood there. And so when I finally got to it was my turn, because you wait, you think, oh, is it my turn? And the door opens, and it doesn't matter, but you always smile at the woman coming out. Always. You're never going to see her again, but you smile, all right? She opens the door and you go, oh. And you go in and you shut the door and you think, oh, great, it's my turn. So you line the toilet seat, because your mother told you to. Foom, 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 foom. Average number of sheets, 5. And then you sit down. Oh. And then you notice that it's really quiet. And I don't know about you, but I can't do anything when it's really quiet. So you just sort of sit there and think, somebody do something. Somebody flush the toilet, somebody do something, somebody sing, someone chat to each other, just someone flush the toilet. You just do it really quickly, whatever you have to do, you just do it really quickly. Don't you? But that's not the worst part, because the worst part is the toilet paper drama. I mean, you know how they've actually standardised holding parts? Why can't they do that with toilet paper? Because every toilet that you go to, there's a different toilet paper holder thingo. So, you know, you can actually get the one that goes, boom, 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 which is really frustrating if you've been there for a while. And then, but my favourite is the one you go, and you get a big wad. It's really lovely. But the worst one, and the guys, I'm telling you that so that you understand why women take so long in the toilets, the worst one has got to be the thing where they've got the boxes in there and they say, and the bottom one's always empty. Always! And you get there and it says, for more toilet, crush bottom and pull at the bottom. And you go, oh, sure. And you try to push the thing down, your fingers are bleeding! And that's why women take so long in the toilet. Thank you very much. Good night.
Tracy Bartram, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Thanks, Trace. I've always wanted to know that stuff. Okay. We'll be back after the break with the Merry Medico himself, Dr. John Darcy. Don't go crazy.
I'm Dominic Longo from the Australian football team. I'd just like to say g'day to all those boys down at the Glenorchy Football Club in Tassie, and good on you because we're doing it for you guys. See you later, boys. Bye.
Great stuff. Okay, as we zoom off into the next century, with every breath we take, every move we make, our world changes. Science and technology is no longer just the domain of smarty pants. Rather, it's a way of life for us all. And beyond the year 2000, it might be a silicon chip a day to keep the doctor away and not an apple. So let's beam him down right now. Beyond 2000's Dr. John Darcy. Hungry?
Oh, shit.
Hungry? How are you?
I'm good, mate.
Welcome.
You're got a loo on the set, have you?
A loo on the set?
Yeah, I'm feeling after that last
actually, this is what we call... no, I won't even try that.
Much, yeah.
2 years on Beyond 2000,
sure.
Millions and millions of kilometres. An easy question first up. What's the most amazing story you've ever done?
Getting home.
That's
really
it.
hard. I mean,
the most amazing thing.
Look, honestly, just getting there and getting home is the most amazing thing, because we spend most of our time in strange places right around the world, and you're never really sure where you are. You know, we're constantly lost. And it's just amazing that we get to the place where we do the stories, amazing they let us in the first place, and amazing that we actually get home again.
When you do get there, and you've been to some bizarre places,
sure.
Is there any one story that you walked away from and said, that's mind-boggling, that's amazing?
Well, you know, I think not one story, but the thing that's really interesting about Beyond 2000 is the fact that people have such wonderful ideas right around the world. You know, whenever you're getting or feeling sour about the world, feeling like things are going down, you meet people in every country who say, I've got a really good idea. Sometimes they're working out of a shed in the backyard, and we go down the backyard and they're putting something together that looks like it's going to work and does work. And sometimes it's in a great big laboratory or a factory or whatever. But the overwhelming thing is that wherever you go, there's optimism. There's a feeling that it's going to be okay, you know, that someone out there's got the thing going for us, and it's going to take us beyond 2000. We're going to be all right.
It's going to be a nice place, isn't it, beyond 2000? Comfortable.
Comfortable. It's going to be a comfortable place beyond 2000, I think, you know, and it's going to be difficult, though, because the rate of change is... things are happening so fast that those of us who are perhaps a little bit older, it's hard for us to keep up, but I think for our kids, too, it's going to get much harder too. Okay, so you've just come back... It's going to be a beautiful place.
It is. You've just come back from the big trip. You've done a story on the car that folds up and you put it in your pocket. You've done another story on the house that paints itself.
Right.
And another story of the electronic squid that jumps in your mouth and forces you to eat it. But you've done all those things. You get home, you put your feet up and you have a can of soft drink. I mean, how does it all look from where you're sitting?
Well, you know, I tell you something. When you come back over the Australian coastline and you see that incredible desert, and then as you come down, I live in Sydney, as you come closer to Sydney and you fly down over the Hawkesbury River and you look at this country and you think to yourself, my God, look what we've got. It's the best kept secret in the world. The feeling is that it's just overpoweringly the most beautiful place that I've ever been. And I think that that's the thing that really, really reinforces the optimism about Australia. We're going to get out of this hole, and when we do, it's going to be great.
Let's talk technical. Let's talk practical for the moment.
Don't talk technical.
The Beyond 2000 stuff. I mean, the things that you're showing us weekly, and there's some amazing things there. The house. What's the house going to look like Beyond 2000?
Well, it's interesting. I think that it's a hard question to know. Which innovation is going to be the one that people accept? There are so many different things, you know, like in communications, for example. The house of the future will have TV being dominant, as it is already, but instead of sort of you and I on it, it'll be sort of a communication to the bank, to the supermarket, you know, to the doctor, wherever. I think the thing that's going to be hard for all of us is that that the technology is getting so sophisticated. It's going to be hard for us to work out which bits we want and which bits we say, hey, that's too smart by half. Let's go back and do something really simple. Go fishing, you know, I mean...
Bring it back.
Bring it back to us as people. And I think that's the really hard thing for us in the show and for all of us out there to decide what we want to keep and what we want to say to the clever minds that are creating these things. Oh, we don't want that.
Yeah.
You know, that's too hard.
Leave us alone.
Leave us alone.
Okay,
yeah, let's
now,
go fishing.
of course, Beyond 2000 is a very, very popular show. It rates very, very well. But for those of you who haven't seen The Good Doctor in action, we have a little bit of video clip, and I know you're going to love this. Relax, enjoy it. Here we go.
So there you have it, the astounding new drug that will cure virtually any infectious disease. The only drawback, the side effects, partial blindness and loss of bladder control. Coming up on Beyond 2000, the special school that teaches science reporters how to open their eyes really wide. And that special report from Dr. John on the revolutionary progress being made in the most outstanding project.
I'm wearing a white coat and shouting, and I'll tell you the reason for that when we come back.
And you do it so very, very well.
Dear, oh dear.
Have you ever thought about comedy?
Have I ever thought about... I tell you what, they used to call me leather lungs, and now I know why, you know, yeah.
Very quickly, you've got a documentary coming up, and we're going to see it later in the year, perhaps early next year, and it's about the benefits of drinking wine.
Yeah, sure.
You've obviously just bought a vineyard.
Well, no, if only I had, if only I had. But no, doctors introduced wine to Australia. They stopped off on the first fleet and took a few cuttings, because in those days wine was the only medicine they had. You know, it was a great anaesthetic, it was good for everything. So we're going to follow the history of wine in Australia from a medicine to a very pleasant beverage. That's on The World Around Us next year.
All right, we'll look forward to that, and I believe they have got some lovely wines in Barcelona.
Barcelona.
And we have our very own wine tester standing by to talk to us right now. Come in, Stephen.
Come in, Larry. We're now at the swimming pool where the synchronised swimmers are practising, and I'm with one of the world's great synchronised swimmers who we're going to talk to a little later. Carolyn Waldo is beside me just here. That's Carolyn. That's just a tease of Carolyn. There you go. Thanks, Carolyn. That's enough of Carolyn. As you can see, the Chinese synchronised swimmers are practising in the background. Either that or they've drowned, one or the other. I tend to think that they're probably practising. And that, of course, is the arm out of the water, leg out of the water move, which we'll be running through with Carolyn in just a moment. National anthems are an important part of every country's national psyche. And what we thought we'd do is go down the street here in Barcelona and see if various people of various nationalities knew their national anthems, how patriotic they were, and this is the result.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail as the twilight's last gleaming?
Kimberly is tone deaf. Do you actually know any lyrics to the... Yeah?
God save our greatest queen. Something like that. It doesn't really interest me.
God save our greatest queen. The German national anthem. 1, 2, 3. Fantastic, isn't it?
You're just making fun on you.
Ba, 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 ba.
Send for Victoria.
Send for Victoria.
Largo se muere en el arma cuando un amigo se va. Cuando un amigo se va.
God save our gracious queen. God save our virgin queen.
One nation
finding freedom, peace and unity. Hip, 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 hooray, Nigeria!
Qué bonito es Barcelona, la ciudad de mis amores. Qué bonito es pasear por las ramblas de las flores.
Thank you very much.
Se ha acabado.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
And that's patriotism at its best. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more after this. Stick around. And welcome back. We're coming to you live from the Olympic Swimming Centre here in Barcelona. It's a magnificent day. Temperature hovering around about the, hottish mark. This next guest is a dual gold medalist at the Seoul Olympics. I think Canada's only female dual gold medalist.
At one Olympic Games.
In the one
Yes.
Olympic Games?
Yes.
It's getting very picky,
Yeah,
isn't it?
I know it
Who
is.
happens
I
to
know
have
it
blonde
is.
hair as well. And his name starts with C. A delightful person and a champion, now a commentator with Canadian television, Carolyn Waldo. Carolyn Waldo. Hi, Carolyn, how are you?
Good.
Now, synchronised swimming, of course. Not a lot of people know an awful lot about synchronised swimming. Can I start with the nose pegs?
Yes. Well, they're actually called nose plugs.
Plugs, sorry.
Not pegs.
Yes.
Pegs is what you hang up laundry with.
Uh-huh.
But
Now, they, of course, work...
these are kind of old. You can have
Oh,
the
they've seen
no,
some
you can have the
service.
bigger one since your nose is bigger.
Right, that's what it looks like close up. Really horrible.
But
Now,
they are
Carolyn,
changing. They are
Carolyn,
changing.
could you just demonstrate how the
Yes,
clip is applied?
Well, this one's really skinny, but
Yeah.
it goes on like this. Not a comfortable thing. You make a nice face, and
Yeah.
then you really talk like this.
All right, so
That's how it goes
we
on.
might as well do the interview with
Yes.
the clips on.
Oh, you wanted to do it on?
Yeah.
And talk funny like this?
Now, how do you keep the makeup on when you're doing the synchronised swimming?
How do we keep the makeup
Yeah.
on? Well, synchronized
Is it-
swimmers don't wear a lot of makeup because usually they have tans. But it's waterproof.
Uh-huh.
And we also wear, one thing that synchronized swimmers hate is wearing the gelatin in their hair, like the stuff you eat.
Oh, yeah.
They put
Why
that
do you put that in your hair?
So it's like waterproof hair, so it doesn't move and it doesn't come in your face, so you can see.
But wouldn't it drip everywhere?
It drips, actually that's funny, because it drips and then because if the water's really hot, it'll melt. So then it melts, like on a day like this today, it will melt, and then it'll drip on your face and then it'll harden, so you'll look like Scarface, because it could, it could push your face around like this, and I know it's not very comfortable.
It's not good, is it? Now, how did you get into synchronised swimming? I mean, why would anyone make a career choice such as that?
Well, actually it was kind of funny because I almost drowned when I was 3. And so
Is that the funny bit?
Well, I guess it's kind of funny. I almost drowned, kind of a long story. But then when I was 10, I didn't know how to swim. And my friends were teasing me to get in the pool. So I said, okay, I'm going to get in the pool because they're calling me chicken and a wimp, and I didn't
Yeah.
want to be called that. So I got in the pool, and I realized I floated. So I'm floating like this, and my friends started to splash me, so I started to go like this. And go like this, which is the basic sculling technique. So the local lifeguard went like this, and she says, you know how to float, you know how to scull, you know how to hold your breath. You should be a synchronized swimmer. And that's how I got involved.
Now, this is interesting. Carolyn was either having me on, or she's a medical freak. But Carolyn, talk about your bone weight. Your bone weight.
Oh, well, I was always very buoyant in this sport. I was very, very fortunate. And the average female, 16%, I believe, 16% of their body is made up of bones. And mine is 13%.
13%. There you have it,
So I've
folks.
got small bones, so I float well, I guess.
Now, I'm not that familiar with the way that synchronised swimming works, so I thought I'd ask Carolyn to demonstrate the various moves. Now, Carolyn hasn't been in the pool for ages, so we're going to recreate it.
The
with
hair
a-
you gotta cut.
Yeah, the hair is too long, but we're going to recreate it over here. Carolyn, can you just come over here? For the purposes of the exercise,
Yes.
this is the pool,
Okay.
and this is you.
Yes, with the beautiful long
Yeah,
locks.
and this can be, now just to take us through some basic moves, if you'd be so kind, with the Barbie.
We better put the top down.
Uh-huh.
We gotta cover the boobies.
Thanks, Carolyn.
Okay.
Okay. So some
okay,
basic moves.
Okay, well, first of all, they have to dive in the water. So can I get her hair
yeah,
wet?
please, go
so
ahead.
they dive in the water.
Yeah.
Woo! I haven't played with Barbies in ages. This is fun.
It's amazing. We're filming national television with this.
I know.
So you're in the water.
Yes, and then you float. Make sure you can float. She floats.
Yeah, she's only got
Her
13% bone weight. And then...
Now, her legs don't bend, so I can't...
Is that a major problem?
Yes, you have to be able to bend.
Yeah.
You got to get the bendy Barbie doll. But you scull.
Oh, this one has.
And then you can do the egg. Oh, this one can bend.
Yeah. Now, how long can the average synchronized swimmer hold her breath for?
Well, just holding your breath like this one's doing. A very, very interesting position. Probably close to 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
But that gets dangerous because then...
You're kidding, because you're basically
well,
dead at
you're
that point.
almost drowning. And there's incidences where synchronized swimmers have actually held their breath too long and they actually float to the surface and they start to convulse. And
do you score well for that? Do you get out of place and you start to convulse?
They actually have puke buckets on the side at some
You're
competitions
kidding.
because they get so sick that they have to throw up.
Have you ever puked during a competition?
No, no.
Do they stop the tape-recorded music while like someone swims over and has a puke?
Well, this is the compulsive. Whoops, she's been revealing herself. No, that's only in the compulsory figures that. Somebody would, yeah. Well, it's about 1.5 minutes that they hold their breath, but that's like running for 1.5 minutes, holding your breath, which is very difficult to do.
Almost stupid, really. One of those really silly things to do.
Yes.
Carolyn can also do one other weird and wacky thing. Barbie can't bend her legs, but Carolyn can do this with her finger. Carolyn?
Oh, yes. I have really flexible fingers. I always thought everyone could do this until I realized that people can't
But
bend
in fact, you're a freak.
Yeah,
Not only a commentator, a gold medalist, but almost a freak of nature. Carolyn Waldo, we're going to take a break. We'll be back with more after this. Stick around. This is live. Security is everything here at the Olympics, and in charge of security inside the arena, they've left it to some fairly hefty people. This is Miguel.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello,
Australia. Hello,
so as you can see, security pretty much in the hands of the experts.
Okay, this is Tonight and this is live. This is Tonight Live. Our musical act Tonight recently released her debut single, Funnel of Love, and that's exactly what she's singing for us right now. Please welcome Shanley Dell.
Get you someday. It's such a crazy, crazy feeling. I get weak in the knees. My poor old head is a reeling as I go deep into the funnel of love. To get you, it's gonna get you someday. Here I go, falling down, down, down. My mind is a blank, my head is spinning around and around as I go deep into the funnel of love. Oh, deep into the funnel of love. Funnel of love.
Thanks very much. Ladies and gentlemen, Shanley Dell and the Groovematics. Thanks, Shanley. Welcome back, and it has come to that time of the night, squid tasting time, so we'll give a little leg to Dr. John there. Enjoy.
Well, thank you,
Naomi.
Enjoy
it. There you go.
Oh, thank you.
And Stephen, it is that time. Has your squid's tentacles dropped?
Thanks, Larry. We do have these squid here. This is what it looks like. It's the real McCoy. And this is, in fact, the diet food of synchronised swimmers, as Carolyn Waldo, dual gold medalist, will testify. Carolyn, have you had this before?
Eat it, Freddie.
No, I haven't. No.
Would you like to have
I think
this?
there's a reason why I haven't had it.
Because it's really awful.
I think so. It might bite me.
Just incidentally, if you're wondering what that noise is, that's the South African team rehearsing in the background. Either that or they're drowning in time to music. Carolyn, thanks very much for being with us.
Thank you.
The squid, Larry, I'm going to knock off tomorrow night. I'm going to knock if that's okay, mate. See you tomorrow night, Australia. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Another squidless, Steve. What do we think about that, folks? Boo. I would. Not real good. Not real good at all, is it? You
Not
can't.
good.
There's nothing wrong with squid, is there, Doc?
Absolutely. Perfect food. He should do it. Don't you think he should do it?
Yeah, I don't think he's going to, though.
I don't think
and
he
it's his. Yes? We'll try again tomorrow night. Shall we try one more time? Yeah! All right, I don't like our chances. Okay, that brings us to the end of another nice little show. Doc, thanks for joining us.
Pleasure, mate.
And look forward to more stuff from you on Beyond 2000. Thanks for your help tonight, Naomi. And we will see you again tomorrow night. All right, good night, Australia. Don't forget to clean your teeth before you go to bed tonight. Sleep tight. See you tomorrow.